What's up, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for tonight. As you all know, come in and share the live with your top 15 or to another social media platform. That'll get you on the list for a free one card pull. Welcome in. I'm sorry I missed you guys yesterday. I was under the weather. Was not feeling good. Hi, Jesse. Okay, so you're going to go live and then send the request. That way you're not just a little screen. That way you'll be a big screen with me. You'll be a big screen. We'll be on the big screen. Y'all share the live, tap the screen. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm so excited for tonight. We got Radiant Jesse Tarot on live as a guest host tonight. I'm so excited. Y'all share the live. I'm doing the same. Big screen. Yeah, so it's like half and half. So it's not like, you know, like otherwise they just are this little like blip on the screen. What's up? What's up? I missed you guys yesterday. We're studying the Hermit today. Are you guys ready for that one? Are you guys all in Hermit mode? Are you in Hermit mode right now? We're studying the Hermit card tonight. We are. I'm so excited. I've gotten so many downloads over the last week. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I have been way more, where like, hey, oh, look at you.
Hi.
Well, I love Jesse. This hat is everything. It is everything. It is everything. I love it. Got the new hairdo, got the cute little fit, and all the gear to go with. So yeah, we are totally in Hermit mode. Yeah, with everything happening the way that it is with Mercury retrograde and everything, that's kind of where everybody's at right now. It kind of played out perfectly for that card to be the card that we're sitting tonight. I'm torn. Who do I mod for? Oh, are you mod for Jesse too?
Who is it?
Tyler Renee.
Oh yeah.
She's everybody's mod. You mod for me. No.
I don't think she's my mod, actually.
Oh, she's
Tyler.
Tyler, she's awesome. She does mod for a lot of people though in our community.
So we're doing the Hermit today.
So we're studying the Hermit today. So
I had a feeling that was going to be the card today.
Are you serious? That's so funny.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell you. She said one a bit.
You are my mod. Oh.
What's up, Brian? Welcome in, guys. So this is how we're going to kick off the live. We're going to get started with our quick reads. You guys know how we do this. You share the live, tap the screen for your top 15. Share your live to your top 15, and then that's going to get you on the list for a free one card pull. We're just going to take the first few. So since you're live on your end, if people are sharing on your end as well, you want to pick 5 from your screen and 5 from mine?
Sure.
Does that work?
Sure.
All right, so I'll pick 5 from mine. You pick 5 from yours. So I got Love Universe, Kate, and
where's my pen?
Dow Star. Hey, look, it's not just me, guys. They make fun of me every night because I lose my pen. Every night. What's up, Barefoot Tarot? How are you? And then I got Megan Elizabeth. And
so we're doing free, guys. If you share the live, I will do a free card pull for you. So if anybody
share the live to your top 15 to get on the list, we're going to take the first 10 shares. I've got my first 5. Hello, welcome in, guys. Keep sharing the live. We're going to get into the Teach Me Tarot in a little bit of an interview session here in just a second, too. But we just want to get everybody up and running. All right, do you have your list ready?
No,
there's
only like 10 people on right now.
Okay.
I don't usually go live on Tuesdays, so
they're like, "What's happening? What's happening?" Okay, well, if you guys in Jesse's live want to share the live to your top 15, he's going to pick 5. Otherwise, we're going to come back over to my live and pick the other 5 from mine. So if you want it, share Jesse's live. Share to your top 15 or to another social media platform, and then we're going to get started. Oh, you changed your name. Hi, Chloe. What's up? All right, so we're going to get started with Love Universe. Is going to be our first one. So get ready. I see Jesse writing, so I'm going to give him a second.
2 more people, guys.
So what's in the cup?
Cold brew. I haven't been sleeping well, so this retrograde is
So you might as well
It's
just
not.
drink coffee and stay up all night. Hey, but tonight's a good night for that, is it not? Because we have the new moon manifestation
New moon.
happening tonight, right? Tonight is like the
Yeah.
perfect timing for manifestation. So we're definitely
Right.
getting off. My goal, I say we're definitely getting off in time, okay? So goal tonight, guys, is 2 a.m. Listen to me, my people. Goal tonight is 2 a.m. We stay on all night. So goal tonight is 2 a.m. so that we can get off, because I know that in Oklahoma anyway, it's going to be around 2:30 in the morning. I think it's 4:30 on the East Coast is when the sunrise and everything's happening, where that like meeting of the two. So that's supposed to be the most powerful time to manifest tonight.
Hi.
So, yeah.
Hi, Tyler. I got 2 Tylers in here now. Both moderators.
Tyler came over
Love
to
it.
say, I'm proving it.
Wow, I've
Yeah,
got a
the
lot of people in
retrograde's got to go. I'm over it. Listen, we've made it through week 1.
Yes.
We got 2 more to go, y'all. We got 2 more to go. But we're going to make it. It's only 12 days left. We're really probably almost halfway, right? Like, that's pretty much halfway. We're there. We're doing it. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? Do you have your...
Yeah, you can go ahead and start.
Let's get started.
By the time, hopefully, other people share the live, and then I'll add them.
Okay, awesome. So what we're going to do is we're both going to pull at the same time. You can choose whatever deck you choose to work out of tonight. I'm going to choose a different one right now for Love Universe. We're going to make it. Yes, we are. Only 2 more weeks to go. All right, I'm going to the Gratitude deck tonight. And this, whoa, Love Universe popped right out immediately. And you got nature's beauty. And so this is telling you that you need to ground yourself. You need to spend more time out in nature and realize that we are all interconnected, right? We're all woven together. As I say it with a W, we're all woven together. And so Spirit's reminding you to stay grounded, to show up in nature, to allow nature's beauty to bring healing to you, okay? So that's what I got for you. Pause that music a little bit.
Nothing is set in stone, you know? Mutual moon. There's a lot of water. So nothing is set in stone yet. So if you feel like things aren't going how you think they are going right now, just know that nothing is set in stone, and that whatever you're going through right now is only temporary.
Yeah, absolutely. And notice with the water, too, that's another nature sign, right? Telling you need to get out in nature, and that water can change things, right? I saw this. Be Lifted posted this the other day. One day she's going to be on here, but we haven't been able to get the schedules together just yet. But let me tell you, Be Lifted, Be Lifted, right? So she did this thing the other day, and she said, you know what? Some of you need to go outside and get bare hands, bare feet onto the ground and just say, I release all negative energy. Take it from me, and allow the earth to take it. So do that. Do that tonight with the retrograde. Do it. All right, Kate Ann is up next over here. You want to do your first one? Let's go back and forth. Let's do that.
Yeah, Tyler N.E. Tyler N.E.
Tyler N.E. Okay.
Hi, Kayla. So the universe, the world, kind of like the world. So a new chapter. The universe is on your side, Tyler. So a new chapter is about to start. A new chapter is about to close. Okay, so just know that. I feel like you're going through a lot of changes right now, these past few weeks, and so just know that there's a new chapter and that the universe is on your side.
Yep.
Like, period.
And you have everything you need already within you to face this new chapter, to allow yourself to open the doors. You don't have to beat down the door. You have the key. You have everything that you need already within you. Just tap into those gifts. And Spirit's telling you to set your intention and decide what brings you joy and to pursue that. She said, yeah, that's definitely me. All right, Kate Ann on my side. She said, I love it. All right, Kate Ann. Y'all just watched me shuffle that card back in. Y'all watched me shuffle it back in. It just flew out again, and not only flew out, but flew to the floor. So Spirit's reminding you as well, you have everything that you need already within you. You're not broken. You're not invalid. You're not a mistake. You have everything that you need. You are going through these lessons because you're learning and you're growing and you're elevating, and you are going to higher heights than you ever imagined before. Your impact is going to be greater than you ever imagined before. So do not forget that. Do not forget that. I don't know. Spirit just said, tell her she's not broken. She's not broken.
So I got spiritual union and lights. Two cards came out. So there is a spiritual union. If you are single, if you're in a relationship, just know that there is a spiritual union. And that there is light, there is hope when it comes to a connection with someone. It can even be a friendship or a relationship, you know, there is hope. So if you feel like you're in a dark space, especially when it comes to like connecting with people, just know that there is that's the light in that dark place that you may be in, with this union.
They just had a miscarriage, so
Okay.
that makes sense. That makes sense. That there is hope. Awesome. You're welcome. She says thank you. All right, so who's on your side? Who are we reading for now?
We got Amy.
Amy, why are you so nervous? I connect to your energy and I just got nervous right? All of a sudden. What was that?
Yeah.
Did you feel that too? Whoa. Yeah. And you like turned red. Did we both turn red?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what just happened?
It got really hot all of a sudden too.
The hell? That damn card came out again.
You are? Don't she said I am. Don't be nervous.
It came out again. Third time in a row.
Wow.
And you just watched
I guess that's the collective, right?
For real. And we're talking about the Hermit mood, which is going within, finding those tools within. So you guys are really needing to hear this message tonight. So you also need to remember that everything that you have is already within you. It's not a question of, am I worthy enough or am I good enough? It's a matter of, do I believe in myself? Can I show up for myself in those ways? You speak down to yourself a lot. You talk down to yourself a lot, and you tell yourself that you're not worthy a lot and that you're not capable and that someone else can do it better. Someone else can do it in a different way. No, you were meant to do it. Stop passing the buck thinking that you're not qualified. You are qualified. God equips the called. He doesn't call the qualified. He equips the called.
Yes. She said Virgo. Yep. Virgo energy. So emotional loss. I honestly feel emotional loss, but then the passing night. So when there is emotional loss, when there's a lot of emotions and you're just grieving, you know, I feel like when we're in a place of sadness or darkness or anything like that, there's also that fire within ourselves that's kind of dim, right? So when you deal with these emotions and you in a healthy way, that fire ignites. And I feel like that is like the journey you've been on, you know. It's kind of like an emotional loss, but like there's a fire that keeps growing within you, Amy. So just keep up with feeling these emotions and not holding them back.
Yeah, absolutely. Period. And that could be the letting go process. You know, a lot of Mercury retrograde is bringing up those old things, especially think back. If you journal, now is the time to go back in that journal 6 months ago. What were you dealing with? Did you let it go, or is it rearing its ugly head again? I had relationships that literally came back every 6 months, and I never knew why until I started studying spirituality, and then I realized it's a lesson I'm supposed to be learning, and I'm not learning it. So I didn't pass the test, so they keep coming back. So you need to pay attention to those things, okay? Allow them to release. There's healing and the release, the pieces and the release. All right, Dow Star, this is for Brian. Brian, you have two that came out, and they're both A's here. So acceptance and adventure. So Spirit is telling you that as you're accepting things as they are, and you're accepting and not resisting the changes that are happening, it's like you're allowing the healing energy to flow through. This is allowing you to open yourself up for these new adventures that Spirit is about to take you on. You're going to see new exciting things, new exciting places. I hear travel with this, and I see a lot of green, lush land. A green, lush land.
Hope. There's lights. All this light stuff. All this.
I love it.
Like, wow. So it's hope, new faith, new hope. It's kind of like the star card in the tarot. So have faith that things are going to fall into place. You know. Yeah. Have hope. Period.
Yep. And that's that part too that tells you like you can manifest. So tonight's the night for you. Tonight's the night.
Right.
Tonight's the night, because that card's telling you manifest the future of your desires. All right, so we are running into our next little segment. So we're going to pick up these others at the end, okay? Because we want to move on into our little segment to give you an opportunity as part of our live show here. Whenever we have guests on, I always like to give you guys an opportunity to introduce yourself, to say a little bit about what it is that you feel your calling is, your platform is, your message, to share your heart with the collective. We are a tribe of people here that are bringing together like-minded souls to help you all have a collective of people that you could reach out to at any point in time, to reach out and say, hey, I need help. I can reach out and say, I know I can get a reading at any point in time. I know I can get a healing session at any point in time, because there's people all over the world that I know, like, and trust, right? So that's what we're here for. Yeah, they're all saying we love Jesse. So yes, we love Jesse. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to let Jesse tell you a little about his story. Where does he come from? And here you go. Tell me more. Tell me more. Right. What's your healing story? Where do you come from? What's your passion?
So, went through a lot of trauma as a kid, right? Grew up in a very chaotic family, right? Very religious family. Grew up very, very religious. And started doing drugs and alcohol for most of my life. Was in and out of treatment centers. It was just in a dark space most of my life. When I was like 18 till I was like 29. So about 11 years, I was in and out of treatment centers, in and out of Alcoholics Anonymous and other AA related stuff. And, you know, I had a moment of clarity, and like, I was like, I need to change my life. I need something different. I need to get sober, because I know there's a calling for me. I knew I was special since I was little, you know, like I knew I had a gift, you know. Yeah. I knew things before they happened. Yep. And like, I always wanted to help people, but I was in this dark space because I couldn't help myself. Exactly. You know, so that's always been my calling. So I got finally got sober in 2018.
Congratulations.
And then I was
That's awesome.
Thank you. We love a moment of clarity, right? So I got to work. You know, I got to work. I did a lot of shadow work. Character defects, really knowing why I do the things I do, and being acceptance of it, you know. Yeah. So my goal in this spiritual community, on this platform, is to help people, not just with tarot, but with any advice that may help them if they're in a dark space. Because I've walked the trenches. I've walked through hell on earth. You know what I mean? Like, literally, like I should have been dead, right? So there's a reason why I did not die.
Exactly.
Okay. So it took me a lot of work to get connected with something higher than myself, right?
So what did that work look like? How did that start? You said you had this moment of clarity. So what does that look like? Okay, all of a sudden you have this bright light shine on you and you're like, oh, I know what to do. Tell me what that looks like. What does that look like for you?
Well, how do I put this? Well, I was going crazy, literally. And I had a moment of sanity. You know, like, I had a moment like, Jesse, I heard something say to me, Jesse, you need to get help. Okay? Because there's so much other people you can help.
Exactly. Chills.
You know?
Chills.
Oh, I was going to get emotional all of a sudden.
That's okay. That's good.
So
you felt that calling, that there's something more.
I felt that calling, and it's kind of like the judgment card, right? It's like, honor this calling, honor that reckoning that you are having. And that's what it was, you know. And, you know, I picked up, I've only been doing tarot for about 2.5 years. So I'm still learning, it's still a learning process, right? It's like a spiritual journey. It's ongoing, right? But when I picked up tarot, I instantly connected, and it just helped me spiritually connect with source, spirit, whatever, you know. And I was like, I want to help people find themselves again when they're in a dark space, even if they aren't maybe ready. Maybe they don't know if they're ready, or they don't know where to go. They need some guidance. And so that's why I started
open door. with you. There's that open
Right.
door. And that's the goal. That's the goal of spirituality and healing, is that we have that open door and we can hold space for other people, just like people before did for us, right? There was someone that held that
Right.
space for us that said, I'm
Right.
here for you. Not that I'm here trying to fix your problems, not that I'm trying to give you all the solutions and tell you what to do, but I'm here for you and I'm holding space for you. I can listen. I can give advice if you ask it, right? But that we just hold space. I love that.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's my journey, you know. I feel like people that have a problem, but like my goal and my mission in life is to help as much people that are suffering with drugs, alcohol, anything, you know, any codependency, anything, you know. And I feel like that's what my calling is, and I want to help as much people as possible, you know. And I know I don't have that power of fixing people, right? But I may have the power to guide people in the right direction. And that's what tarot is about, right? It's about giving advice and for guidance for people that are lost.
Which that is the whole aspect too, where we go from that unhealed empath, which is, hello, I had trauma as a child, and now I know how to look at everyone else and say, okay, they're fixing to explode. It's because you grew up with that. It's not something that we, brag about necessarily, that everybody goes, hey, I'm an empath. Well, that just tells me you had a shitty childhood. That's awesome. So it's like, okay, did you heal? Because an unhealed empath is going to be a fixer, right? They're trying to be the puppet master. Let me just fix you. And if I can fix you, and if I feel like I've done some good for you, then that makes me feel good about me. But if you're not in a good place, I'm not in a good place. So you have these unhealthy codependent attachments. And so when we move from that and we go into this healed empath, that's where you get the Jessie side, right? Where it's like, I'm here and I'm holding space for you. And I'm not trying to fix you, but I'm trying to help you. And if you'd like advice, I can give that to you. But I can shine the light and show you where to go, because I've been where you are. And I know how to get past it, right? And so that's what we're here for. And I love that. I love that this community is about that. A lot of people think that it's just about the cards. And in reality, I know for myself, and I don't know if that's for you, if that's something that you would say all the time, but I don't need the cards. The cards are just a tool that you guys like. It's a tool that is a visual for you. I'm a very visual person, so I enjoy them, but it's not something that I need. Just as though I connected with the girl's energy earlier, I can connect with your energy. I read the same card for 3 different people, and it was a different message for each one. That's because I'm intuitively connecting to your energy. The tool, and it was a tool card. How funny is that? Doesn't really matter, because the tools are actually within, right? So if you guys are looking at it going, well, I'm afraid because it's tarot, or, I don't understand because it's tarot, or whatever else, just know that there's a multitude of aspects behind the healing journey. And tarot is just a visual depiction of the story, right? It's just a way to tell the story. So I hope that helps you guys a little bit. Well, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us. We're going to move into our Teach Me Tarot segment. So you guys get ready. You're about to go on a little adventure in my little rocket ship, because I still don't have a fancy way to flip you around. So you get to see my ceiling for a second. But I'm going to take just a minute and get us set up here. So if you have a tarot deck that you're working with, you're going to want to pull the Hermit card. You know what's really fun too is if you have
the Virgo card.
Do what?
The Virgo card.
Right, it is a Virgo card, isn't it? So this card, and I'm a Virgo rising. Go figure. So this.
I'm a Virgo sign. So.
You're a Virgo sign too?
Yeah.
So this card is very, very helpful, very in-depth. And I think that for the most of us, right, I feel like we all have seen, just like we've seen the 8 of Wands and the Chariot and the Lover's card, and we looked at those and we realized there's way more to those cards than there's communication coming in quick and this your lover, it's your twin flame. There's so much more to it than that. And it's actually about the Fool's journey. It's actually about the journey of the person starting a new awakening, going through the levels of healing. And so it's actually all about union within self is what the Lover's card is about, right? And so this Hermit card is not just about someone in hiding that doesn't want to come and tell you their feelings, but it's about so much more than that. And we're going to dive into that. I've got 8 different cards I'm going to show you tonight, and I think Jessie may have another 1 or 2. We'll see what decks that they've got over there. Light Seers, Hermit. You love the Light Seers with everything. Yes, it is. It's all about going within. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay, get ready. We're going on a trip in my favorite rocket ship, going through the sky. I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, aren't I? Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. It's fixing to be a mess for just a second. You ready? Woo! There we go. And Okay, bear with me just a second. Oh, what I was saying was really fun, you guys. I did this one time whenever I was teaching Lexi, going through these lessons with my daughter. Whoa. When I was with my daughter, I had her just shuffle it out. We actually just shuffled it out. How cool was that? Like, we'd be like, I just manifest that this card comes out, and it would be the card that came out. How cool is that? So we're going to take a look at some of these different cards. We've got this first one showing solitude. I read this card a lot on my lives. I read this deck a lot. This was my very first tarot deck that I started with, and it's a psychic tarot, so it's more of an oracle deck, but it's based on tarot, but it is done more intuitively, right? And that's the deck you're using right there. I love that. And then this is our Cosmic Tarot, and this is the Hermit card from there. We'll talk about all the different aspects of it here in just a second. And then we've got our original, the OG, Rider-Waite. And if you guys have questions and want to know what the decks are, you can always ask me again in a minute. This one is the Grand Lux Tarot. Isn't that one pretty? I love that one. And then this one, we're always intrigued by this one. This is the Osho Zen Tarot. We're always intrigued by this one. Notice that it has a different name on here too. Not just the Hermit or Solitude, but Aloneness. Osho Zen. Yep. And then we've got this one here, which is Mystic Mondays, and it's the Hermit. Notice how it's also within that little box there, going inward. And whoop, I just knocked some stuff off. Sorry, y'all. And then we've got our Muse, the Hermit. I noticed that one, that person is outside. They're grounding. What did we talk about earlier? That came out as well. And then this lovely one. Look at the intensity with that one. Oh, really? Your dad used to use that original deck? That's pretty cool. All right, Jesse, do you have any that you want to show us real quick?
Yes. I forgot what this deck's called. I just got this deck. But there's this one.
Ooh.
The Emperor. Yeah. Or the Hermit, sorry. It says Solitude on it. This deck is really nice because it, especially if you're new in tarot, it gives you like the definitions on the bottom of the cards.
Oh, that's cool.
Too. So, yeah. So the Hermit, and then this is from the Modern Witch deck.
Oh yeah, the Modern Witch Tarot. Yes, that one's cute.
Yeah. Because it has like a laptop, you know, it's like wisdom.
Ooh.
But she's like about wisdom, I think. When I look at this card, it's about wisdom. Like she's researching the original. That's the only ones I have in front of me right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to look at some of the different things that we would recognize whenever we're looking at the tarot cards for the Hermit. What does it mean? What are the things that we're going to look at that are symbology for us? And what I want you to remember is that where the Hierophant, when we studied the Hierophant, that was about the divine word. That was the word from God, right? Now with the Hermit, it's divine work, right? It's getting in and doing the work. It's that faith without works is dead.
It's dead.
This is the card telling you, get your ass to work. You need to go get that wisdom, right? They're telling you, sweet hat over here. I told you the hat was worth it. I dig in the hat. So this is also a card of silence at times, right? But when we're going within, we're not out running our mouth, right? We're not out trying to figure everything out, talk it out with everyone else, but we're going within. We're not chattering, we're not partying, we're not just going out there and seeking it with everyone else, but alone in the darkness of our own soul. And we're turning on our inner light where we've been turning it on for everyone else. And we say, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, right? I'm going to let it shine. But the problem is we've been letting it shine for everyone else and not really taking the time to shine it on the inside of us, to illuminate ourselves, to go into the dark recesses of our soul, and to actually guide ourselves by going back and doing that inner child work, right? Bringing those lost pieces of ourselves back together. Picking up those fragmented pieces of ourselves. Okay, so I saw this too in the research, and it made me laugh because, you know, in Lion King, where there's like that Rafiki guy, and everybody thinks he's just this kooky old crazy guy. Do you realize that he's actually the representation of the Hermit? He is, because
Oh,
he's actually wisdom, right? He's like that shaman. He's that insight. He's the one he's got all of the wisdom, and a lot of people don't think he's worth
makes sense.
anything, right? But he's quiet, and he's not giving the answers, but he's pointing to the answers. It's like, I give you all of the direction that you need. Here's the light. Let me shine it. Let me show you, go this way, go that way. But it's not like, let me show you exactly what to do, right? But it was just that
Mm-hmm.
quiet guidance. The quiet guidance. And so as a person, you might look at this card and go, okay, well, if this was coming up as a person, if I'm doing a person's energy read or whatever, then I can look at this and go, okay, as a person, it's going to be someone who probably enjoys being alone, right? They would rather be in the quiet. And it's not necessarily because they're a grumpy old man, right? We don't have to look at it and go, well, he's not necessarily grumpy, but maybe he's just going within, and he's found that there's so much peace within, that there's so much wisdom within. When we go into that quiet meditative state, isn't it that great peaceful surrender? Right? So that's the beauty of that card. It's someone who's wise, they're spiritual, they're someone who can guide others with that light that's going through on both of those. So some of the different objects that we might see on the cards, and I'm moving them the wrong way. Some of the objects that we might see, like we've seen on most of these, is a lantern or light shining. So if we go here, you've got the light shining from within, but it's shining outwardly, right? And then you've got this light here. You got a light all over the place. And that is obviously that of spiritual wisdom. But it's saying even within the darkness, even within your hell on earth, but this is that silent power, right? That the light can break through the darkness no matter what. Let's see. Do we have it on any of these? I don't think we do. On some of them, there's like a 3-headed dog. And that just is a representation of like, hey, you're in hell, right? This is not of this world. And those representations are saying that you're going through hell, right? But you just keep on going. You just keep working. Sometimes you'll see a mountain like this one here, where you've got the mountain coming up. They're perched on the edge of the mountain. And that's that lofty spiritual achievement. Like, I've done it. I've arrived at this place of peace within myself, right? They're laughing at your faces, Jesse.
Oh, I make a lot of faces. Sorry.
They're saying that Jesse's making me laugh over here. So the Hermit is alone in all of these cards, right? They are alone. But that's just letting you know that this journey that you're on is not meant to be a codependent journey. It's meant to be something that you go on alone. It's something that you learn to love yourself. And in the darkness, you find yourself. And so that's the seed of wisdom just sown within. I make a lot of faces too. Yeah, me too. Me too. It's okay. So there you go. What are some things that you guys are noticing on these cards that maybe stand out to you? Jesse, anything that you would like to share about the Hermit cards that you want to share?
If you notice all those cards, what's similar? What colors are all on there? It's all blue, right?
Lots
blue and yellow.
Emotions.
So blue represents. I looked it up. I was like, what is blue? Because when I look at blue, it means calming, right? Calm, like it's like peaceful. So that's basically what that means. Like, blue is a color of spirituality and inner peace, freedom, imagination, and inspiration. And then yellow represents what? Enlightenment. So like spirituality, enlightenment. So this is that, like, just by looking at the colors of the cards, you can kind of know what this card means without even seeing, like the Hermit.
Yep.
It's like going within. Inner peace, inner lights, inner healing, and being with self, and finding that light in a dark place.
Yeah, peace.
I resonate with the whole Hermit card, and I'm a Virgo as well. So like the Hermit, like I can totally identify with the Hermit card, because I've been through that dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's basically about freedom, open spaces. Blue, represents the sky, which is about freedom. So whenever I look at this card, it's like inner peace, inner calmness, going within, finding that light within.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not isolating yourself, because there's a fine line, right, of like being in solitude and working on self, and isolating yourself. Exactly. When this card comes up, and I sometimes do reverses, not not always, but when it's reversed, it's like kind of being alone, or like kind of like when I see it reversed, it's like, okay, like you are in solitude, but like you are kind of isolating yourself in an unhealthy way, you know? So there's a fine line between the two.
Yes, definitely.
What's a Leo card? The Strength card. Sorry.
Yep. And we just studied that last week. So there you go. Does anybody else have any? Okay, they're saying peace and light, nature. Most of the cards background have nature in it. Yeah, definitely. Virgo rising, me too. Grounding. Yeah, absolutely. Which we were just talking about that earlier. You've been alone a lot the last 3 weeks. Yeah. Everyone knows what I'm thinking without saying a word. Yeah, facts. We all have those faces. All right, awesome. Well, we flew through that part of the lesson. Now we're going to read, because I know that you guys really enjoy the descriptions of the cards from a few of these books. So we're going to read through a couple of them. And this first one is going to be the Light Seers Tarot, which is, yeah, this one. This one, okay? So this one, the book actually would say that it is time to make space for your sacred aloneness and self-care. If you're feeling disconnected from your spiritual north, this time of solitary, I just made up a word, solitarity. So this time of solitary withdrawal will help you to connect with your own compass, soul purpose, spiritual awakening, and deep inner wisdom spring from this energy. Sometimes we run the risk of being so introspective that we lose our connections to others, or worse, we can dive so deeply into our stories of struggle that we inadvertently begin to believe that our wounds will be part of our forever identity. In the deepest trenches of self-discovery, we will remember that our continual search for our own healing and inner truth does not mean that we're not already whole and healed. Emerge from your inner retreat with beautiful insights from spirit and allow yourself to navigate the path with your brightly illuminated heart. Inner sage, inner mentor, inner guide. Show me my brightest light so that I may see with all of my heart. That's cute. What you laughing about?
Love that. No, I love that. I'm laughing at the people in my chat.
All right, then we had it from the other one you guys really like to hear is the Muse, which is this one right here. And that one says, oh, it's all poetic. Have you ever read these? Do you have these decks? I don't know if you have these. Okay, super poetic.
I have the Light Seer. That was like my first deck.
Oh, was it really? I just got that one.
Yeah.
A couple months ago.
I love it.
So it says, oh, sweet light, how it glows. She is ready to see the miracle of luminosity, the soft emanation from the others that she senses in her heart. She sees this light in dreams, and she knows that its brilliance comes bundled with sunlight and moonlight. So she journeys alone under the stars, ruminating on where it originates and how to access its wisdom more readily. The Hermit Muse reminds you to process your experiences as a way to learn, knowing that your own smile is great company. Listen deeply and see the lessons that live in the simplest of things. The shiny lights you see in others are a reflection of the magic you already hold in your heart. So choose words that fuel your envisioned path and speak with a passion of purpose. It's time to find the sage within. I love that one. So there's a little poem that comes with it, and it says, in solitude we meet the muse, in solitude she guides, in gratitude she helps us choose, in darkness she confides. And when I search inside her heart, she tells me I am free. Then in my solitude depart, because this muse is me. Is that finally understanding and knowing that you are what you've been seeking all along. I love that.
Love that.
All right.
Wow.
We're going to take you guys on a little trip again. Are you ready? Get ready. We're going to go on a favorite rocket ship. Whee! Whee! Now it's not going to let me flip. There we go. Get you guys back around. So how was that? How was that for a fun little trip? Did you guys enjoy that? Did you learn something new? Hopefully you did. Claiming it. Claim it. You gotta realize, and that was the biggest part of my journey, because I was one of those unhealed empaths, big time focusing on everybody else. And if I can just show you what I see and how much I love you, then you'll love yourself in that way. And then everything will be fine if you'll just let me love you. And so I had to realize that it wasn't about me loving and fixing anyone else. It was about me loving and fixing myself. And as a result of that, all those relationships would change. They would all change. All right, so we're going to get started. We're going to wrap up with our free reads real quick. Let me get my little notebook. I had to move everything. So who are we reading for? Are we on your side or my side? Last one I have is Dallas Star. I have 2 left.
I have 3 left.
3 left. Okay, we're on.
So, guess it's my turn.
It's your turn.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Natzia? Are you here still? Natzia. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I suck at saying names. Pronouncing names.
Is it Natasha with a Z? Natasha with a Z? Yeah.
Natasha.
Oh, somebody is really going through it right now. And so Spirit's telling you that you need to take pause, that you need to catch your breath and understand that the growth process is something that takes time. Just like the butterfly, you have to go through the process, right? You have to go through that surrender and letting go of everything that no longer serves you. And then you have to go through that process of breaking free. And as we break free from that cocoon, it's there where all of that blood is forced through into the wings that allows you the ability to fly. So it may be tough. It may be hard right now. Just breathe through it. You are going to make it through, and you're coming out the other side a gorgeous butterfly.
So I pulled some cards from tarot. So 7 of Pentacles and 8 of Cups. So when I see this, it's about introspection, vision, focusing, you know? So I feel like right now you're maybe focusing on kind of focusing on like somewhat the negative, and I feel like you kind of need to walk away from something that is kind of holding you back from like your visions, you know? So it's like walking away from stuff that's holding you back from going on your journey. Does that make sense? I feel like, yeah. So that's what I'm getting.
Yes, it makes sense. All right, cool. Megan Elizabeth is up next. Megan Elizabeth. Wow, Megan had a whole bunch of things fly out. Okay, so Megan, this looks like you're questioning whether or not you're on the right path. And Spirit's giving you confirmation with this 444 that you are definitely on the right path. You're doing all the right things, but right now you've got some people that are kind of sucking your energy, and you're needing to heighten your vitality, okay? You need to allow for that. You need to know you're on the right path. You need to allow for the space so that you can expand, right? If you have so many people sucking your energy and draining you dry, you can't expand in the ways that you need to. So everybody in the live, you can say this with me right quick, and this is going to help us clear our energy, okay? So I withdraw... bring it back. I withdraw my energy and vitality from all people, places, and things that no longer serve my highest good. There you go. Did you feel it? Did you feel it? There was a shift. Some of you felt it right here. Some of you felt it right here.
I felt it.
All right. So then we're going to do it this way. So I remove from my energetic field all energy that is no longer serving my highest good. Ooh, I felt that one in the arms and the hands. All right, cool. So it is, right? And so we allow what we allow, and we do not allow what we do not allow. So you need to take control over your energy. And Spirit's reminding you to operate from a place of balance and allow yourself to operate from that place of unconditional love at all times. Do not let ego get in the way. Do not let ego get in the way. So you have 3 cards that came out. So this was the first one, the assurance, just letting you know you are on the right path. Things are working out for you. Notice that there is a number 4 there, and it's all about self-love for you there. You're right on the verge of receiving everything you've ever wanted. Another 4 right there. And this be your best self, always another number 4.
Number 4. For a foundation. So firm foundation, like exactly what you said, like you're building up a firm foundation, you know, a strong foundation that may like you it's like kind of like a tower moment. I'm feeling that you may be going through, you know, it's like building up this foundation stronger because you went through that emotional rock bottom because of all these changes that happened. So you're building a firmer foundation because of fair and balanced decision that you may have made. The Justice card is about justice, karma, right? It's like good karma, in that you are building this firm foundation in your life because you learned from your mistakes, right? You learned from what happened, and now you're building it stronger. So
yes, I love that. Looky there. Don't you love it when they're just so in tune like that? All right, who are we reading for over there? She says, wow.
Oh my God. Calsuchu?
Kelsey. It's Kelsey.
Oh, it's Kelsey. Okay.
Yeah. All right, Kelsey. Whoa, that one flew out. Ooh. So, Kelsey, you are getting all kinds of downloads from Spirit. You need to trust this information that you're receiving. It's like there's illumination happening on certain people in certain situations that you're finding out the solutions for. And I feel like some of it's coming so easily that you're just thinking, no, there's no way that could possibly work. I just don't know. Like, I just don't know. But Spirit's telling you just because it's easy doesn't mean that it's wrong, right? And so you can choose the easy path. You can choose the difficult path. That's up to you. But Spirit's giving you the downloads to make it easier, and you're kind of rejecting some of those things. So pay attention to the downloads that you're getting.
So 7 of Swords and 6 of Pentacles. So there's some deceit or kind of giving too much of your energy. So when it comes to people in general, make sure you're not giving so much of, like, it's kind of like fixing people, like you were talking about earlier. It's like giving and not receiving. And there needs to be there needs to be some boundaries set with people that you may feel like exhausted after being around. You know, I feel like there's someone or somebody in your group that may be like you're giving too much of your energy to this person and you aren't receiving that same back. So there needs to be an even exchange, balance, right? There needs to be a balance between this connection.
Makes sense. All right. Hey Normal. Hey Normal is her name. This is Melissa. Hey Normal. Sarah, I'm still going to have my live afterwards, so you'll get 3 reads here in a minute, too. We'll kick it off here in a minute. And we got the collective. There you are. Okay, so check this out. After a season of long, hard working, you are moving into this place of reposturing, a place of renewal, of peace, where you're going to receive the abundance of everything that you've been working so hard towards. Spirit is just really about to just cover you with a blanket of peace. That's what I'm feeling and sensing, is there's just so much peace moving into your life. So the season of struggle is over.
Trapped in fear. Gotta face fear to get out of fear. It may be uncomfortable, Melissa, but if you feel like you're being trapped in fear, you kind of have to face that fear and be in that uncomfortability to grow.
Yep.
So when you're in comfortability and you're in this comfortability of feeling trapped in fear, you're not growing. So when you're facing this fear, that's when you're growing, So, yeah.
Well, and that's even speaking to the emotional side of things, where it's like if you're so afraid of moving forward, that's why you got the confirmation too. Like, this is coming to an end, but you got to put an end to it too. So make sure you're doing your hard work. She said, wow, thank you. Thank goodness. Okay, awesome. So who you got on your side?
Tyler B.
Tyler B. I feel like I'm supposed to pull more than one here, so I'm going to keep going. There it went.
Balance.
I literally have 4 twos. Balance.
Right? And then triumph, success. So you've accomplished so much in these past, I feel like there needs to be balance in your life, like, period. Like, you have so much success in your life right now, but there's kind of too much in one side of, like, the scale, It's like kind of putting one thing's like work, I feel like there needs to be a balance within the two.
You're not having fun. That's exactly what I came out with. It's like you weren't supposed to just like get to this place of success and happiness so that you could not be happy and just have the success and not ever have the time or the energy to spend the money or spend the time with a family, right? And so Spirit's telling you to go back to those things that you started this for. Why did you start this? You didn't start to be working there forever and to be constantly inundated, right? But you need to actually get above the situation and rise above and see what it looks like from a different perspective so that you can analyze and go, like, even, when we were in school, we used to have to write those stories and you'd have to write the little spider thing. I don't even know what it's called, but you would write it and you draw the circle and it's like, here's your main idea. And then here's these subtopics, so like finding out, this is what I want to do. These are the things that need to be done. Okay. Now within that little segment, what can I do? How can I make this easier on myself? Can I automate some of these things? Can I delegate some of these things? Right. And so getting that higher, fresher perspective so that you can deal with that. And then you've got this, and again, notice there's a number 2 on every single one of these cards about balance and ending of old cycles and seasons. And this is telling you to maintain your childlike spirit, to have fun, to get out and enjoy life and not be so stressed out and be so imbalanced with this work-life balance. And then you've got this, be your best self always and live in that joy and peace and radiating that unconditional love at all times, not just when you feel good.
It's funny that you said about the schooling because he's a teacher.
That's
probably why you picked up on that.
I'm like, I don't know. I just got taken to school, so I'm just going to talk about that. That's awesome. I love that.
He said, I'm a teacher. So.
I'm a teacher. Awesome. How are we doing on time? I shut my computer. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 51.
51. Perfect. Okay, so we have a few more minutes. I know we talked about doing an in-depth read or two if we could get to that. So what I would like to do is everybody share the live to your top 15, and then we're going to go through, you guys share the live, and we're going to go through those shares that come across the screen, and we're going to go intuitively to wherever Spirit leads us, and we are going to do a more in-depth read, which we kind of did on those last couple ones anyway, but we're going to do something a little more in-depth, maybe pull 3 or 4 cards a piece and give that to you guys. Okay, so share the live to your top 15 right quick. I'm going to share it as well.
Katie.
All right, so you want to pull for Katie? Whoever just shared mine is who I'm supposed to do. Absolute Jess, because I just felt your energy strong. Absolute Jess. All right, cool. So Katie is the one on your end. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. I'm not supposed to use this deck. Hold on.
Thanks, guys. Wow. Love. I'm scared. Don't be scared.
I can feel it in my heart. Like I'm right like this right now.
I love my Katie. She's my
intense anxiety surrounding it. Are you afraid of getting called out? I mean, Spirit does like to do that, but we're nice about it sometimes. Sometimes.
Should I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Katie. So Knight of Pentacles, King of Cups, the 2 of Swords. So it's kind of like stepping into your power. You have all this abundance, right? You're successful. You're really with you doing the work on self, right? Really just in your, it's like yellow, right? It's about enlightenment, pomegranates, which is about like fertility, like feminine energy, right? So you're really stepping into your power and just embrace that, So the 2 of Swords, but I honestly feel like you're at a crossroads right now when it comes to either I know you didn't get that at a crossroads. So yeah.
Yep.
I lost it.
You lost it? I got you.
I lost it.
I got you because we got the same message. I'm just like blown away.
Oh,
We're
did?
literally pulling the same cards. from two completely different decks. This is the gratitude deck. Sorry if that threw you off. Did it throw you off that I held it up there at the same time? I was just blown away. I was blown away by that. So the first card that I got that came out is that you need to practice self-care, right? You've been in this place of really working on yourself, of really like trying to bring balance in your life, but you're missing some of the most basic things that Spirit's trying to show you, right? You're in this place of in between, but you're getting so stressed about what's next that you're not focusing on the clues that are being given to you, and so you're not even enjoying the changes that are happening. So it's like you're not stepping into it because you're so fearful of it because you don't understand it all, and so you're like, I don't know what to do. And a confused mind says no. It causes you to shut down. And so this is reminding you, do not allow that to happen. Focus on self-care and remember why you got into where you're at in the first place, right?
Right. Yeah, I feel like it's really focusing on just work. Like the Seven of Pentacles came up. So it's like focusing on work, and there needs to be a balance, like you said. And I feel like that is kind of like a fear of it's like a fear of not like being alone, like having quiet time. I feel like it's like fear of like not like being too busy. Like it's like staying busy because you don't want to take some time for yourself to think, and because that's like a fear of yours, right?
Because maybe that's when the traumas creep in. That's when the old thoughts come back up. That's when the old feelings come up, and you don't want to sit there and feel those things. So instead you keep yourself busy. And so it's time. It's time to go within. It's time to, that damn Hermit card. It's time to go within and do the healing, to find that inner wisdom and that inner sage that's already within you, that you limit yourself. You limit yourself a lot. As y'all see me tap on the desk.
Scared.
Do what?
What is that? She said, I'm about to be free and I'm scared.
Leaving in a situation.
Yeah. You got this, girl.
I shared on my Facebook feed yesterday, and if you guys want, we'll talk about it in my live later in our healing sessions that we do on live. But I shared a little bit of my story about how I had left an abusive relationship, the multiple, I don't even know how many numbers to call it, abusive relationship a few years back.
Right.
And how there was this picture of me, and I can look at that picture now and go, man, I know everything that woman was going through. And she was putting on a big, brave smile for the world, but she was breaking inside and she was terrified. But she had finally faced the reality that this abusive situation wasn't okay just because it was not hitting. Well, this one doesn't hit me. Well, this one hasn't drugged me. Well, this one hasn't put a knife to my throat. Well, this one, he's just moody sometimes. Well, honey, that's still abuse, emotional abuse. And honestly, it was the one that took me the longest to get out of. And it was the hardest to heal from. I could heal from the bruises a hell of a lot quicker than I could heal from the heartbreak, the punches to the heart. The punches to the face were nothing, but the punches to the heart that crushed my soul, telling me I wasn't worthy or I wasn't good enough, right? All of those things. So we'll talk more about that tonight, because that's been on my heart to share with you guys for a while now. So we'll talk more about that tonight. If you want to hear more of my story or talk about those things, come join me. We'll be over here in a minute. All right. So absolute Jess, but I'm sending you some healing energy. I hope you feel that right now. My heart is so open to you right now. And that goes for anybody that's in a situation like that. Do not minimize. Do not minimize it because they're not hitting you. What's better than before?
Yeah, she's in the process of leaving baby daddy. So that's why she's scared.
Yep.
So
makes
my love goes out to you, Katie.
Yeah. Yeah, I lived that childhood from my father, married it for 8 years. Yeah, I married it twice. And one of them, that marriage was 6 months to the date. I couldn't legally get married until that day. And I got married that next day. The day of. Legally, the day of. And I was like, is this technically like illegal? I wish it was. Then I could have got out of it. But that's okay. I learned and I grew and I healed, and now I can tell you guys the story, right? All right, so we're gonna do absolute Jess next, and then we're gonna wrap up this portion of the live, and then I don't know. Are you staying live, Jesse? Are you gonna stay live?
I'm not.
Or are you done? Okay, he's done for the night. But if you're wanting to join me for the discount reads live, we do that afterwards at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So come on over if you'd like to join. Otherwise, we're gonna do a collective after this, and then wrap up this show, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, so absolute Jess, I'm not supposed to be in this deck for you. Where do I need to go? Healing deck for you.
Whoa.
It's 3 a.m. for you. No worries, love. You can get some rest. Stick around for the collective for just a minute and then go to bed. Oh, wow. You want to go first?
Energy,
yeah. Sure. You want to go first or you want me to?
You can go first.
So this is what I've got, is that you're definitely going through a lot, right? And Spirit's really trying to take you inward. You're really being drawn inward so that you can receive the healing, so that you can receive those downloads. I feel like you think healing is has to be this long, grueling, hard process. And Spirit is like, it doesn't have to be that hard. If you would just open up and allow, right? If you would just allow, then the awareness, you can be just like, through that, right? I don't know if I did that. Mirror mode is weird, but anyway, it's like where you can fly through some of these things. Not everything has to be this grueling hard experience, but that's what you're used to. It's having to fight for everything that you've ever gotten in life, right? And so now you even come clawing, scraping for healing, like give it to me, and like Spirit's going, if you would just put your claws away, if you would just surrender, if you would just show yourself the nurturing, the loving care that you show everyone else, if you would just show yourself that's where you will learn. That's where you will grow. That's where all of this healing will happen. Go inward. You literally had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. It starts with 0. You had 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers on your card. So that's telling me you're focusing. You're starting a new beginning, right? You're focusing on that self-love, bringing that balance, trusting divine timing. And there's that 0 right there. Trusting that divine timing, knowing that you're on the right path and that change is inevitable and change is necessary.
Yeah, sacrifice, like what were you saying? You're kind of sacrificing all this time, and like helping others and like praying and like meditating for something. And I feel like there is a new beginning, but you need to trust your intuition when it comes to deceit or envy that may be around you. I don't know. I feel like there's maybe someone that's around you that's causing maybe this little period, whatever you're going through right now, but just know that there's a new beginning, there's a new start, and it's time to go within and time to really go within and trust your intuition when it comes to people, and cutting toxic people out of your life that may be holding you back from this new journey.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta let go of those people that are holding you back. All right, so we're gonna do a collective really quick. So this is for everybody that's in the chat in both rooms. If you're under the sound of our voice, then this message is for you. So if everybody can take a deep breath in, we're just gonna key into that energy of the collective and see what messages we get for you. Oh, you're welcome, Katie. Oh, there it is. So I told my daughter this the other day. I said, what would you say if I told you, which I told you guys this in the live the other night, right? I heard this in a TikTok and it said, what would you do if I told you that meditation would change your life? If that's the key to unlocking everything that you want. Just actually surrendering, that let go and let God that everybody talks about in church. That's actually what it means. Surrendering your physical body, going within, allowing all of that high vibration to be there as often as possible. Not because we do it out of a ritualistic sense, but because we know that's where we are connected. That's where we are one with the divine. That we are within and we are whole. And when we vibrate at that higher octave, right, that higher level, that opens us up for more things. It allows us to expand our reach, to do more of what we're called to do, to step into our power and to have space to receive all the blessings that are meant for us. But when we're operating in this lower vibration, we can't get there. And so sometimes our body is crying out to us, right? And we need to pause and rest. And so that's what your message is tonight, is that you need to listen to your body. Allow yourself the rest that you need. When you're not feeling well, take time off. Allow yourself to learn to go with the flow, to no longer resist and go against everything that is within you, telling you to rest and forcing yourself to show up because someone else needs you. What about you? You need you right now. You need you right now. And so in order for you to have this divine flow coming in and allowing it to flow through you, you have to accept where you're at, and you have to accept the flow and no longer resist it, which is that surrender that we allow in meditation. It's in the quiet recesses of our mind and our heart and our soul where we allow that inner working to change and that healing to happen. And that's where well-being happens. So what if I were to tell you that meditation is the key to unlocking everything that you want in your life? The healing that you seek, the peace that you seek, the love that you seek, it's all within. So that's what I got. Did you draw on a collective too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's funny that you pulled acceptance, because acceptance is the key to all our problems. You know, like people, places, and things, especially the past. I feel like some people are kind of stuck in the past and like they're fighting the past off. You know, like they don't want to think about the past, and it's kind of holding you back to kind of find out who you are. It's like the past, yeah, it's in the past, right? But like when we live in acceptance of the past, like, yeah, that happens, whatever. And now once you're in acceptance, like you said, like acceptance is what makes peace, serenity, you know? So when we're trying to fight the past or like kind of dwell on the past of the negativity in the past, we're not in this space of inspiration, you know, or finding invention and inspiration, you know, and fulfillment. So I feel like acceptance is the answer. So if anybody has been fighting, been resilient in fighting your past, just be in acceptance of it. You know what I mean? You can't change it. Even if it's a person, place, or thing, you have no acceptance over that person, place, or thing. The only thing you can do is be accepting of it. That's what that is. But it's time for me to move on. It's time to find inspiration in my life. The star card, inspiration, hope, faith. Things are going to fall into place no matter what. But you can't keep living in the past. You got to look to the future and be in the present. Okay. But I feel like that's just stay in the present and don't be so stuck in the past. And I feel like that is where you'll find peace, and that's where you'll find you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
I like that. So we have one other
Amen.
tradition. Amen. Where's the hankies? Yes, I am continuing after. All right, so we're going to do one other thing. This is one other thing that I do to close out every live. Thank you, both of you are amazing, love and light. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate that. We appreciate that. I'll speak on our behalf. We appreciate that. We're a team here. All right, so we're gonna do this one last thing, and this is a soul truth. This is a self-awareness deck. If anybody wants to get it, I got it off Amazon. And it's just something that helps you with your shadow work and like journaling and prompts and things of what to do in your healing journey. So let's see what it is.
Excuse me.
From whom can I release my judgment right now? Judgment closes our heart to truth and separates us from love. It binds us to our fear and holds us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment right now? Is it someone in your life? Is it yourself? Release the shackles and drop the expectations and be grateful for what it is. So today's soul action is look at the person you are judging as if you are looking at a small child. See them learning and growing, falling down and making mistakes. See their desire to be loved and accepted, and add even more grace to open your heart to this truth. When I lift the judgment from myself and others, I uncover my own truth. I am loved, I am whole, I am limitless, and so are they. And so are they. That's so good.
I love that.
That's so good. So I had one thing when you said the acceptance of like what is, and you were like pushing off like this. I want you guys to keep in mind that where there is not acceptance, there is resistance. Resistance to what is, whether you like it or not. Acceptance isn't saying I condone it. It's saying it is what it is, and now I will make my moves accordingly. So remember that even though you're thinking, well, I'm resisting it because I don't want to feed it, well, that's still pushing energy towards it, right? And aren't we, when we're resisting rather than when we're resting, isn't that more energy? Resting, resisting, you choose. All right, well, with that mic drop. All right, y'all. Did you enjoy the live? Did you enjoy our special guest host? Jesse, thank you so much for being here. I thoroughly enjoyed having you. I hope you enjoyed it as well. You look adorable in your little hat.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, guys. And then I will see you another time. And then the rest of y'all, you're welcome to stay live. I think, do you have to end it on your end? I don't know how to do it. I don't know. There it is. So there you go. I know how to end it whenever I'm the guest. I don't know how to end it the other way. Well, that's kind of what I'm doing right now, is it not? Being a